Sir, good evening, sir. Am I start, sir?
Okay, please move, Amrit, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Good evening to one and all. A warm welcome to 41st International Workshop on Greatest Life-Changing Lessons from Mahatma Gandhi. International Workshop Series, a series of 100 programs every Saturday from 5 to 7 p.m. Look up Aim High, Nation First, Self Next, Azadi Amrit Mahotsav, jointly organized by Internal Quality Assurance Cell IQAC, Northeastern Hill University, Shillong, Meghalaya, and Indian Society for Training and Development, ISTD, Shillong Chapter, Shillong, Meghalaya, in collaboration with the Department of Philosophy and IQAC, MORAN College, affiliated to Dibrugarh University, MORANHAT, ASSAM, and Department of Philosophy, SVU Computer Center, Sri VENKATESWARA University, TIRUPATI, Andhra Pradesh. A warm welcome to today's keynote speaker, Professor P. Chennai sir, my guru and collaborator, Professor P.S. Sukla sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Northeastern Hill University, Professor Raja Reddy sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sri Venkateswara University, Professor Mithali Kaur, Principal, Moran College, Assam, Dr. B. Nagarajasri Madam, Director, SVU Computer Center, Professor B.S. Mipun sir, Chairperson, ISTD Shillong Chapter, Professor Rajendra Prasad Bartako sir, IQAC Coordinator, Moran College, and Professor A.S. Dikshit sir, Director, IQAC IQAC NEHU, Dr. Srutaswini Gogoi, Workshop Coordinator, Head Department of Philosophy, Moran College, and noble participants. Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav under this sub-theme, Nation First, Self Next, another greatest freedom fighter, father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. Professor Chennai sir, as a philosopher and educationist, sir, always recalling the greatest services of Professor P. Chennai sir. So it is our duty to recall the greatest works of Professor Chennai sir on Mahatma Gandhi, Professor Abdul Sattar sir at Sri Venkateswara University, Peace Studies under Peace Studies Gandhian Peace Studies Center also we have at Sri Venkateswara University. So Gandhian Peace Studies is an expert and sir motivated many researchers to do research every year on the October 2nd, birthday of Mahatma Gandhi. Now we are celebrating International Non-Violence Day. United Nations are already declared. So along with all other freedom fighters, the role and responsibilities played by Mahatma Gandhi, greatest look up, aim high. The same way, it is not possible to describe through words. So peace and non-violence, these are the only two weapons. So the Einstein, greatest persons around the globe, they expressed the greatness of Mahatma Gandhi, the simplicity, the power of, yesterday already I told the former Prime Minister of Japan. Yeah, see what is happening around the globe. So our Indian former Prime Ministers also, Rajiv Gandhi, Indira Gandhi, so many great, even Mahatma Gandhi also. Nathuram Godse, very well. I don't want to express all these things. Professor Chennai sir is here. how the way of thinking of Mahatma Gandhi, lifestyle, philosophical attitudes, being a naturalist, educational practitioner, just like Rabindranath Tagore. So Mahatma Gandhi has a strong belief on Bhagavad Gita. So many Lord Krishnas, even he studied Bible, Quran. So the multi-religious approach. That's why they proposed a secular state when compared with the Pakistan. With this, we are going to start our program with Vande Mataram. Professor Chennai sir will share any untold things and information regarding Mahatma Gandhi. So once again, a warm welcome to all the participants, students, researchers, and teachers. Now, in Vande Mataram.
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujala Sukhala, Malayaja Sheetala, Sasya Syamala Mataram, Vande Mataram, Shubhrajyosna Pulakitayamini, Pullakusumita Drumadala Shobhini, Suhasini Sumadhura Bhashini, Sukhadam Varadam Mataram, Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram.
Thank you. Now I am requesting Professor P. Chennai sir to deliver keynote address. Over to you, sir.
Respectable coordinator, Dr. Amreshwar, who is the designer of the program and who is actively doing to organize international webinars with excellent manner, and all the participants of this program. Mahatma Gandhi is a freedom fighter, national leader, we may call father of nation. So when we got independence, he was there to receive independence. So he born in 1869, October 2nd. He lived in Gujarat. He studied in London. He has gone to South Africa to fight against various types of problems of people who are relating with Indian origin. He stayed many years in the South Africa. He fought for human rights. He has filed many cases against injustice relating with the various types of workers and all people in South Africa. He has come back to India on 1915 on the request of Gopalakrishna Gokhale. Gopalakrishna Gokhale was a great freedom fighter and a Congress leader in those times. So he joined in Indian National Congress. Mahatma Gandhi, when he arrived in India, he joined in the Indian National Congress. He started a freedom movement. So the first freedom movement he has participated is relating with World War I. He has received a letter invitation from Viceroy of India, then Chelmsford. relating with participation of people and soldiers in the First World War. So Mahatma Gandhi said, we are going to visit the World War. We may enlist the people who are participating in the First World War, but he has written a letter to the Viceroy Chelmsford that personally we won't kill anybody, we won't injure anybody. He may be a friend or foe, he may be an enemy or a friend. We won't kill anybody. This content he has written letter to then Viceroy relating with the First World War. Then he started non-cooperation movement. In 1919, April 13, we have seen the massacre of Jallianwala Bagh in the Amritsar. So many people attended the prayer program in the Jallianwala Bagh. It is there in the Amritsar. At the time, then military officer Dyer has decided to give a short shock and serious lesson to Indians in the form of firing. So he invited the Gurkha regiment, 25 soldiers, the Beluchan regiment soldiers, 25 members, the 50 members team arrived in the Jallianwala Bagh. On the direction of Dyer, they fired. Many people injured, died in the Jallianwala Bagh. On that incident, many people have got great dishonor, protest against British rule. From this incident onwards, Mahatma Gandhi started non-cooperation movement with the help of many leaders of the country. So here Mahatma Gandhi has started many programs in Gujarat, one village called Kheda. In that village, during the period of freedom struggle, in that period, floods happened. Many agriculture farmers lost crops. They are not in a position to pay any taxes. But the British officials, revenue officials who are collecting taxes, they have created problems. They have created harassment on farmers. At the time, Gandhi has taken initiation. He started a movement. He collected signatures from the farmers. He submitted a memorandum that this particular farmers have faced a problem because of famine. They have no any crops. They have no any income. They are not in a position to pay any taxes. Kindly extend. But they have not accepted their offer at the beginning stage. Then he started boycott of revenue officials to visit any village. So he started that moment with a non-violence manner. Finally, the British government accepted to free to avoid paying taxes on the basis of famine because of something happened. So here Mahatma Gandhi has taken many movements here relating with Caliphate movement, relating with the Muslims. So in those days, one position is a Khalifa, a religious leader status. So after Jallianwala Bagh incident, Britishers felt very serious to taking steps relating with people who are doing freedom movements. At that time, so the Indian Muslims got feared. So there may be a problem to decrease the status of Khalifa, religious leader status. At the time, Mahatma Gandhi entered in the Caliphate movement, he has become a spokesman for All India Muslim Conference, and he said on behalf of Muslims of India that if you want to give proper status for Khalifa for the protection of Muslim rights and the Muslim religious status, um, I may do protest against you. But he has returned his medals he has received in the South Africa on the occasion of his service relating with Indian Ambulance Corporation services. So he got the medals from British rule in South Africa. In India, relating with the protection of Muslims, Caliphate movement, he returned all medals to the Britishers. Then the Britishers accepted that we may protect the status of Khalifa in India also. So he has Mahatma Gandhi played a vital role for the protection of Caliphate movement, for the protection of Khalifa status, for the rights of Muslims in India. So here Mahatma Gandhi has taken many steps. Here Swaraj movement. So here self-government movement. So in 1930, he started Salt Satyagraha or Dandi March. So from Gujarat to Dandi, 388 kilometers. Hundreds and thousands of people moved along with Mahatma Gandhi with the music. So they have gone to Dandi. They prepared salt and they protested against British rule to imposition of taxes on salt. So he started this movement. So here in 1940 to 42. Here is a non-cooperation movement. So here a non-cooperation movement or a Quit India movement. So here Quit India movement during the period of Second World War, Britishers started to recruit soldiers from India to join in the Second World War. At that time, Mahatma Gandhi opposed the recruitment of soldiers, and he started Quit India. You have to leave India immediately. This is the program. In the same year, Subhash Chandra Bose has gone to left from India. He started Azadi Hind Fauj, and he met Adolf Hitler. He has presented a gift relating with Gautama Buddha copper plate, and he has a nice conversation with Adolf Hitler. He got consent from Adolf Hitler for the help, and he moved with Japan and Thailand. He met Mussolini and everything. He started Azad Hind Fauj war to India, against India, to get freedom from Britishers. So in the same year, in the Subhash Chandra Bose started with a bloodshed and violent and courageous mode to send. So the great two leaders are very important in the freedom struggle. So here, relating once again, I am telling, previously in the one occasion I have expressed this idea that so in the result of Indian freedom is based on two persons. One person is a Subhash Chandra Bose, another person is a Mahatma Gandhi. So here the major role played by Subhash Chandra Bose is one of the basic important vital causes to give freedom to India, because Subhash Chandra Bose is a friend of Adolf Hitler. Adolf Hitler and is a friend of Japan and Italy. At that time, the Adolf Hitler has a extraordinary energy, courageous outlooks relating with conquer of many European states. At that time, Subhash Chandra Bose has taken consent and he has accepted. So Adolf Hitler has a great respect on the Indian culture. So during the period of Adolf Hitler, he has introduced the swastik mark relating with the Indian culture to the symbol printed in the uniform of military officials in the Adolf Hitler regime in the military. In the military dress, there in the Adolf Hitler military dress and the military dress of armed people of Adolf Hitler regime, we find the swastik mark in their uniform. So he has a great respect and he has accepted offer of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, and that is one way. Another, Mahatma Gandhi also played a vital role. So then Prime Minister Atle said, so who is the responsible for giving Indian freedom? He said in the one conference after getting independence, after some years in the India, in the one conference, he said, so here the major portion of influence by Subhash Chandra Bose, and the another important portion is given by Mahatma Gandhi, but a major role and a very shocking impression by Subhash Chandra Bose, and the soft effect is given by Mahatma Gandhi. So here, these are some of the important incidents we find in the freedom struggle. During the freedom struggle also, while moving in every movement, so he has preached many important sayings of human being life. So he is a very integrated person. He is a politician. He is a freedom fighter. He is a person of integrity. He said about living. He said about so how to live. So he has given morality. Mahatma Gandhi given 7 deadly sins. So how to live here? Wealth without work is a sin. So he said, if you get any wealth, any money or anything without doing any contribution, work should be there for getting money. If you do something without work, that is a sin. So pleasure without conscience. So what do you mean by conscience? So here conscience is our soul. This is conscience is a witnessing part, what is right and what is wrong. So here human beings are using alcohols, many pleasures, good things, bad things, all types of pleasures, corruption, accumulation of more pleasurable things, many things. So you have to take permission from your soul. You have to take permission from your inner conscience. So if you take permission from your inner conscience, then if you do anything, there is no problem. Otherwise, pleasure without conscience is a sin. Science without humanity is a sin. So you see, in the First World War and the Second World War, the recent Ukraine and the Russian war and the Iran-Iraq war and the Libya war, many wars in the past, we find lack of humanity. Science without humanity is a sin. So here humanity means kindness of human beings, love on human beings. If you have no love on human beings, if you have a science and technology, if you have a robots, engineering, technology, hydrogen bombs, atom bombs, nuclear bombs, chemical bombs, various types of dangerous equipment you have, if you have no love on humanity, then you may use this equipment for killing of human beings. That's why Mahatma Gandhi is telling science without humanity is a sin. So here we need at present a integrated outlook. We need a lovable heart and at the same time extraordinary skillful mind. If you have a lovable heart, if you have a skillful mind, then your life will be very present. If you develop this type of skills in the world, then we find a peaceful coexistence in the world. Knowledge without character is a sin. What do you mean by knowledge? So we have various types of knowledge. So here I will tell one anecdote. It is a fact, and one researcher in the chemistry have done some chemicals relating with how to kill people with a short time with limited chemicals. If he got that skill and he experimented with many chemicals in the lab. So he started this experimented with a research guide. So he was doing PhD and his research guide, one lady professor got some conversation and he experimented this and he has used some juice and some chemical. Research supervisor died. Then he started this experimental with his father and mother. So he has given some cool drinks he has submitted some distributed some cool drinks to their parents on the occasion of one festival, and he has used some chemicals in their cool drinks. So the parents died, and he loved one girl. So one day the girl have given some negative responses to him. Then he started one plan. He invited one canteen, one hotel to take some breakfast along with a girlfriend. And he has created some chemical connection in the water. And he has given as a gift to his girlfriend. The girlfriend died. So he has given this experiment with the friends. So it is, I am telling this, it is happened in India. It is in the crime stories also, because here knowledge without character is, character means good qualities, not bad qualities. Character means good behavior, good quality, love, respect, understanding, awareness, helping, very positive, not negative qualities are relating with the character. Character, knowledge without a character is a sin. So politics without a principle. So we need a moral values. If you have no moral values, we may destroy the country. So here in the political system, a politician, a leader, or anybody, if you have a moral commitment relating with the responsibility of people or a constitution and a law order and everything, then his approach may be different. He may give a good administration for the society and the country. Commerce without morality is a sin. So if you are doing any business, you have no morals, you may do some corruption, you may avoid taxes, you may do some negative thing, you may increase something, you may do some black marketing, something. So you may create some negative affairs and negative actions in the society to create problems. So here in the business also, in the commerce also, you have to follow morality, good qualities. Otherwise, there is a danger for our society. Worship without sacrifice is a sin. So here Gandhi said, if you are worshipping a god or anything, or you are doing anything, your work, you need a pure mind. Here sacrifice means sacrifice of your problems, mental conceptions, egoistic outlooks, desires and everything. You have to clean your mind, and then if you have pure mind, if you are not do anything, that may be a worshipable things. So here Mahatma Gandhi said many things. So here he has a very great concern for human relations. So here he said the relationships are based on four principles: respect, understanding, acceptance, and appreciation. So he's telling, when you have a respect on particular person, when you have a appreciative feeling on other person, when you have great understanding on a person, when you accept the other person, then you may develop good relationship with people. So here respect, understanding, acceptance, and appreciation, these are the important qualities for the development of a good relationship. So here he's telling how to do work. If you have to do your work with love. Gandhi is telling, if you have no love, don't do any work. If you have no love on your work, you may not do rightly. Love is the most important for perfection of the work. He is telling the important aspect. At the same time, for understanding and awareness and intelligent point of view, he has given very wonderful expression. He's a meditator, he's a yogi. So he has taken many guidelines from Bhagavad Gita, Quran and everything. So in this connection, I will tell you, in 2009, I visited Ahmedabad, Gujarat Vidyapit on the occasion of Indian Philosophical Congress. So Gujarat Vidyapit is founded by Mahatma Gandhi in 1920. To create awareness and strength to give training for the freedom fighters. So here in the Ahmedabad, Gujarat Vidyapit, there is a big ground, hall, space is there. So he has planted two trees. They are in the same height I have seen. So in the Gujarat Vidyapit, that is a two-stairs building. That is meant for training for freedom fighters to create enlightenment and inspiration. In that Gujarat Vidyapita building, one corner room is there that is called Bible Khana. In 1920, in every Saturday, Gandhi used to teach Bible on this room. So he has taken some good impressions, expressions, extracts, good sentences from Bhagavad Gita, Jainism, and various types of religious expression. He has printed, he has sculptured in a granite stone, in white granite stone, and the granite stones are pasted on the wall. They are there at present also. I have seen. So in that room, he has got seven important slogans, important aspects for getting more inspiration every day. He has to. So here in this connection, so I have taken all quotations from Gujarat Vidyapit, a room stayed Mahatma Gandhi for meditation, for teaching. So there in the four directions in the east, west, south and north, he has pasted with a granite stone printing sentences, he said. So, relating with the lies, for the sake of your selfishness, for the sake of other selfishness, don't do anything, any injurious thing. Don't lie any injurious thing. So, if you say anything injuriously, then there is a danger. So, he said, here, do your duty, don't expect anything. So if you expect anything, then there is a danger. So surrender your total energy, the God. Take more energetic outlook. So believe your inner soul. Your inner soul has extraordinary energy. So this type of important slogans are there in the granite stone. So it is a actual stayed room. I stayed in that building 3 days, and I visited Sabarmati Ashram also. I bought one autobiography of Mahatma Gandhi. I visited in the building. I stayed 3 days. One sweeper, one in charge warden told me that, have you visited Gandhi's Bible Khana? What is that? I don't know anything. He showed the Morarji Desai Museum. There in the Morarji Desai Museum, we find the pictures of Mahatma Gandhi, Sardar Patel. Then in the downstairs in the Bible Khana, there I have seen the great impressions of Gandhi. So here Gandhi said, in this connection he has printed, so watch your words, because the words will become your thoughts. So watch your thoughts, they become your actions. Watch your actions, they become your habits. Watch your habits, they become your values. Watch your habit, they become your character. Watch your character may become your destiny. So he has a great respect on the impressions. So he said, watching is the most important. Watch your thoughts, words, actions, your character, your habits, your value, everything. So he has a great commitment on watching. You should be very careful in your life. Wherever you are, you should be very careful. If you have a quality of watching, then there is no shortage of intelligence. So intelligence comes from watching of your mind, watching of your words, watching of your actions, watching all affairs of your life, surroundings and everything. That is the most important thing in the life. Mahatma Gandhi expressed various good times, because you want to change in the life, you have to change and see very carefully, otherwise there is a danger for your life. So here, what do you mean by happiness? He said, So when you are talking about when your thought, when your word, when your action, you don't find any disharmony. If you said anything in the thought, that is a one. Then the same thing you may speak in your words. The same thing you may operate in actions. You don't find any difference and disharmony between your thought, your word, and your action. If you have a harmonious understanding relating with thought, word, and action, then you will get more happiness in the life. So he's telling who is a person for forgiving. So a strong person may forgive any mistakes any person committed. So the weak person won't give any forgiveness. So here he's telling about humanity. You must not lose faith in humanity. Humanity is an ocean. If a few drops of the ocean are dirty, the ocean does not become dirty. So here relating with humanity. So here in the we have a 194 nations. So we have nearly 800 crores of people in the world. Nearly we have a black, white, yellow, green, dull, intelligent, short, long, all types of people. But we are a human being. Somewhere, some people may do some harmful thing. But just like a ocean, in some waters are polluted by some that or something. In this connection, we won't blame for the ocean. In the same manner, we find great people, many great things in the world. Don't blame humanity. So he's telling about the action. So how to live here? Mahatma Gandhi, he said, living at present is the most important. He said, the future depends on what we do in the present. So if you have done some good thing today, this good thing will become a happy moment in the future. If you have done any bad thing at present, in the future, you may see bad consequences. If you show one good plant at present, in the future, you may get some fruits. So here, if you talk one good sentence, good expression at present with some people, you may get appreciation in the future. If you insult, if you talk very negatively at present, you may get negative criticisms in the future by some people. So if you have done any harmful thing at present, in the future you may get more harmful thing. That's why he's telling, if you want to live happily, use truth and non-violence. At the same time, means and ends are most important. You should be very careful. You have to use awareness. Just like a watching of thought, word, action, habit, character, value, and everything. In the same manner, whatever the things you are doing at present, watch very carefully. If you watch very carefully, the watching may create purification. So just like in a room, we have chairs and tables, we have seen darkness in the night. If you use a torchlight, then the darkness will disappear. The tables and chairs will remain there. In the same manner, if you watch your good behavior and bad behavior, the bad behavior will disappear and good behavior will remain. In the same manner, whatever the thing you are doing, if you watch very carefully, that watching creates a right way of outlook and understanding for your good behavior. So here Mahatma Gandhi said, how to live? Live as if you are dying tomorrow. He's telling, live as if you are dying tomorrow. Your life is today only. Today midnight, your license will expire for your life. So tomorrow you won't be here. So live as if you are dying tomorrow. If you start like this, you may start to complete all things relating with life. This is expression. For learning and education, he said, learn as if you are living forever. So if you are thinking that we may live only today from learning point of view, we may not do. But here from learning point of view, we may live forever. That's why learn constantly, moment to moment, without any postponement. He said, service without love is not good for anything. So you have to do your service with a good manner, otherwise there is a danger. So he's telling self-respect is the most important thing in the life. If you miss anything, there is no problem, property or money, anything. But the self-respect and the character are most important thing for self human dignity. So he said, protect your respect and dignity. That is the most important thing in the life. So relating with the usage of resources, living, he said, in the earth we have many resources to fulfill our needs, not our greeds. So needs means the basic needs. Greeds means more ambitious, getting something with destructive purposes. So here with harmfulness, that's why use your life very carefully. So here he said, you have two approaches in the life. One is a speaking, another is a silence. So you have to follow silence sometime in the day, and you have to use speaking if you need. So here silence is the most important thing. Even speaking also most important thing. But while speaking, be careful, be purify every word, understand every word consequence, then only you can speak. Just like drinking pure water, you have to use words while speaking very carefully. Otherwise, there is a danger. Your words are your life. Your words decide your fate. Your happiness depends upon the words you are using here and now. That is the most important thing. So use words very carefully. So I concluded this speech, Amrit sir. Amrit sir.
Thank you very much. Now I'm requesting the participant to interact with Professor Chennai sir. Over to the participants. Please.
Good evening, sir.
Kranti madam,
Please.
Sir, thank you very much, sir, for sharing the incidences about father of nation of Mahatma Gandhi ji. Sir,
Yes.
want to know from you, sir, in current situations, some people follow non-violent way to protest, to express their protest. Some people follow violent ways, sir, because as our Netaji says, give me blood, I will give you freedom. In that way, protecting our self-respect also very important. But some people, when they follow non-violent way, system may suppress, government may suppress. In that way, which is correct, sir, to get freedom towards human rights and humanity among the social groups, sir? Please explain, sir.
It is a very good question. We have a eternal human law that is called a law of action. The law of action says, if you do good things, you will get good results. If you do bad things, you will get bad things. So here we have two aspects in the human behavior. One is a violence, another is a non-violence. So here we have two types of violence, the psychological violence and the physical violence. So here you see, in the physical violence, killing people, murdering people, shedding blood, killing people. Another is a psychological violence, creating terror through the words, through facial expressions, with the various types of other things. We find violence in the psychological manner and the physical manner. So here in the non-violence, it is free from violence. At the same time, non-violence means it is a state of love, friendship, kindness, innocence, sharing, caring, giving, loving, very positive things we find in the non-violence. But if at present we are in the under the control of the Constitution and the control of the Indian Penal Code, Criminal Procedure Code, and the law and order, and the state government, and the state laws, and everything. So here we have two types of results we get. One in the personal life, and the another is the social life. So here, at present, if you operate with a violence manner, you are responsible for the consequences of Indian Penal Code and the Indian Procedure Code and the CRP or Law and Order Police and the CBCID or CBI or Enforcement or National Investigation Department or a Border Security Force, because of we have various types of law and order enforcement agencies at present under the Constitution and the law and order. That's why if you want to live very peacefully, we have to respect Constitution, laws, human rights, and the procedures of law and order enforcement things. Otherwise, people may go to jail, people may experience injuries, people may experience death, people may experience any negative consequences. So here one way, if you operate your way of living on the respect of the Constitution, laws and state laws and enforcement, police and everything, if you operate love, friendship, detachment, free from expectation, sharing and caring, you may live short or long, your life may be a very free and pleasant. So here the way is the most important. If you go with a lawful road, a lovely road, a road free from violations, then your stay in the world is a very pleasant. If you use the violent approaches relating with any achievement, then there is a danger. So here in this connection relating with Mahatma Gandhi is telling violence is not good. So here he has written one letter to Viceroy Chelmsford during the period of First World War. So this Chelmsford invited Mahatma Gandhi to take cooperation to involve many people in the First World War in the form of soldiers. Mahatma Gandhi said a letter that, so we won't kill personally to anybody. We won't injure anybody. He may be a friend or foe. He may be enemy or a friend. So he used the method. Because why he used the method? So non-violence leads to non-violence. Violence leads to violence. Murder leads to murder. Fraction leads to faction. Love leads to love. Beauty leads to beauty. Means and ends are same. If you show one seed, you may get the same type of plant. That's why here we need awareness and intelligence. We have to follow Constitution. We have to follow consequences of our action. We have to follow to understand the effects of our thoughts, our words, our actions, our behavior. To live very peacefully, we have to use the method of intelligence and non-violence. So if you use violence in frequently, then there is a danger. So occasionally, for self-respect, for self-protection, for protecting the country, protecting the family, protecting oneself, then we can use in the occasions violence that may be desirable, but in the normal sense for common things, if you use violence, then our life will be unpleasant. So always using non-violence, friendliness, happiness, and good understanding and peaceful way of approach, helping approach, these are very good for peaceful living. So Kranti Kumari, have you got some understanding?
Sir, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for your inspiring words, sir. I'm really impressed, sir.
Oh, very good, because I have analyzed many things in this connection.
Yes, sir. Violence leads to violence, non-violence leads to non-violence. This is really inspiring, sir. Thank you, sir.
If you talk very pleasantly, the other person may also talk pleasantly. If you abuse other person, the other person may abuse. If you beat other person, the other person may beat. So here, action and reaction, means and ends, this is a central point. So here, no superior, no inferior, no teacher, no student, no rich man, no poor man. So all people have the law of reaction. So if you operate very carefully with the human beings, we may get positive relations. If you operate negative affairs, violent actions relating with the human affairs, same type of results we may get. That's why we have to understand consequences of violence and non-violence, good actions and bad actions. Lack of that awareness, human beings violating many things, human being living unpleasantly, though we have a beautiful world. Okay, Kranti Kumari.
Any other? Thank you,
Amrit,
sir.
sir.
Thank you very much. Any other? Sushila
Professor,
madam?
I have seen one name, Professor Dr. Manivelan. Is there in the line? Professor Dr. Manivelan.
I'm checking, sir. Professor Manavalan, sir.
Okay,
Professor
okay.
Manavalan, sir.
Okay, okay. Okay, you ask one question, then we'll proceed, Amrit, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you
Anyone?
ask somebody.
Hello, sir. Namaste, sir.
Yeah.
Sir,
Sir, Pawan, sir. Please, sir. Please.
Namaste, sir. Vinay, sir. Namaste, Professor, sir.
Sir,
Sir,
sir.
what is Gandhian philosophy? Sir,
hello.
What is Gandhian philosophy? Explain briefly.
What is?
What is
What
Gandhi?
is?
Gandhiji philosophy?
Oh,
Gandhiji, which book is written about? Which book is written about? Gandhiji, why great person of the world?
Okay, okay, okay. So here, so actually, the philosophy of Gandhi may, philosophy of truth, non-violence. He has said living moment to moment. So living without any sins. So watching psychologically the mind, be a meditator, but do our work with love. Don't accept injustice. Be courageous. Oppose injustice. Fight persons who are ruling our country. So protect always good. So self-respect and humanity, dignity are most important. Don't do any deceptions. Don't create any lies. Be honest. You should be responsible for your soul. So these are the central aspects we find in the philosophy of Mahatma Gandhi. At the same time, so books relating with Mahatma Gandhi. So autobiography of Mahatma Gandhi is one book. There we find some aspects. Another that the complete works of Mahatma Gandhi is there. Maybe 40 or 50 or 60 volumes are there. There we find all writings of Mahatma Gandhi, all speeches of Mahatma Gandhi, all affairs of a human being life. That is the most important thing. So these are important aspects relating with life, books and philosophies. So here, so I have given some answer. Will you ask some more question? Pawan Kumar Garu.
Very good, sir. Very good, sir. Explanation. Very good, sir.
Thank you.
Very good explanation, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Sushila madam is that? Sushila madam?
Yes, sir.
Welcome Susila madam, Dr. Susila madam from Hyderabad.
Thank you, sir.
Susila madam, visited many places recently. Haridwar, many great important places. So ask one question.
Simple doubt, sir.
Hello?
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 Hello, can you?
Yes, ma'am. You are audible, ma'am.
Okay.
You can keep near, ma'am.
Come on.
Now, okay.
Hello?
Yeah, sir. Is it audible, sir?
What is the question?
Yeah, if have so much interested in the nation, why do you divide here and
Amrit sir, what is the question, Amrit sir?
and the Britain?
Ma'am, you can increase your volume, ma'am. You can increase your volume in the mobile. Keep nicely.
Okay? Can
Yes,
you hear
ma'am.
me?
Now it is okay, please. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yes.
Okay. No, what I am asking is Mahatma Gandhi is in the service of nation so much he was interested and he did so many things. Okay, we accept that.
Yes.
During the taking of independence, why he accepted for the division of the Pakistan, Indo-Pakistan division, and also the formation of dominion states. Why he accepted? And one more thing, why he is not interested in the Subhash Chandra Bose? What about the Subhash Chandra Bose, where he was such a national figure, and why he is not? He is under the absconding, or it's not absconding actually. He is behind the screen. Why they kept like that?
See, actually,
Yeah.
at the beginning stage, Mahatma Gandhi has not accepted the division of India.
Yeah.
So at the beginning stage. So later stage, in 1946, in the one meeting, he accepted. So here, because of various types of situations occurred with the political situations and various types of compulsions, he accepted. Beginning stage, he has no idea to divide India into Pakistan. So at the early stage, he said, I won't accept the division of India. So it has happened. So it is we are telling it is we are not telling that it may be good or bad. It has happened. Another why he has not accepted the outlook of Subhash Chandra Bose means basically Mahatma Gandhi is a person of approach of non-violence and truth. So here Subhash Chandra Bose approach with the help of Japan and Italy, Mussolini and Adolf Hitler and Azadi in the South, he has taken a approach of if you give blood, I may give freedom. So that is the approach. So one way Mahatma Gandhi also accepted the outlook of Subhash Chandra Bose in his one expression. So he said, in any dangerous situation in our life, if you are not in a position to tackle with non-violence, if your self-respect and dignity is decreasing, then you can use non-violence. Non-violence also good. So in indirect way, Mahatma Gandhi accepted in some occasions. So here the division, because of political reasons and everything, he has divided, and on the basis of his action, he has got assassination. So here many people have not accepted the division of India and Pakistan. So many people thought he is responsible. Because of that, many negative aspects and happened. This is a history. But here, on the occasion of 75 years of independence, and we are talking about the good points of the Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, Mahatma Gandhi, and everything. So here we are seeing just like a bee approach. So bee approach means a honeybee. It goes to different flowers. It may take fragrance without harming anything. In the same manner, we have seen the various principles of Mahatma Gandhi and great things of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. We are using positive points for the coexistence, but in the history, it has happened. So we have seen. So I have given some information to you, Dr. Susila ji, Susila Garu.
Anyone? Thank you, sir. Thank you. Anyone? Srinivasul Reddy Anna, Jagadishwari Madam, please, if you have any queries.
Amrit, very clear. I don't have any queries. It's a very clear and a very informative discussion. I want to congratulate you and Professor Amrit, thankful to Chennai sir. Amreshwar.
Thank you. Thank you. Na. Any other? Siva Padmavati ji from Nagarjuna
Namaste, sir.
University. Yeah, Pawan sir, please.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste, sir.
Why Gandhi ji great personality of in the world? What is turning point? What is the biography of turning point? Gandhi ji,
Sir,
the
Chennai,
freedom fight.
sir.
Gandhi ji
Yes.
is great personality of the world. Gandhi ji is a great personality of the world. Why? That Gandhi ji, why God said to murdered? What is the causes? What is the causes? And then,
Sir.
hello?
Yeah,
Hello,
yeah,
sir.
please continue, sir.
Gandhi ji, why great personality of the world? That Gandhi ji, freedom fighter, what is the turning point of the situations? That person, why that freedom fighter fighting the most of the person in our India?
Okay,
Great
sir.
person.
Thank Chennai, sir. Yeah.
Why,
Chennai,
sir?
sir.
The turning point. That what is the turning point? Briefly explain them, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
So, Professor Chennai, sir. I think sir has some network issue, sir. Pawan, sir.
So you tell me, sir. You have one word. Tell me your experience.
Yeah. After my presentation, I share with you. Then you can realize. So why we are.
Gandhi is our great personality in the world. That non-violence. That Gandhi ji is a peaceful person. Is a very calm person. Then he punished them. Then another is a check is to see them. Other person. That's personality is very great. That personality, why that basic foundation? What is the turning point of the Gandhian philosophy?
Okay, sir. We'll answer after my presentation. If Chennai sir is ready, he can answer.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. I have answer for all your queries.
Okay, sir.
After watching my presentation, you can get. Just we can wait for 1 minute. Sir is a rejoin.
Okay, sir. Gandhi is a very peacefully, very great person of world. That punished, then another is check is to see them. Why that philosophy? Okay, sir. Okay.
Sir has some network issue. Please allow me to present my paper. Then I can answer your query, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much. So good evening to one and all, Professor Chennai sir, Srinivasulu Reddy, Sushila madam, and Pawan sir, and others, senior regular participant. Thank you very much. Greatest life-changing lessons from Mahatma Gandhi. He changed not only an individual or a small state or province, whole world, not only India, all around the globe. More than 200 countries, they are appreciating the non-violence and peaceful approach of Mahatma Gandhi to get freedom. There are other reasons are also there. Already we organized one program on Subhash Chandra Bose. So according to Britain Prime Minister, former Prime Minister Attlee mentioned the reason behind a person behind the India's freedom is Subhash Chandra Bose, is other. So the same equal importance goes to Mahatma Gandhi. The only one learning outcome from the present session, learning the greatest life-changing lessons from Mahatma Gandhi. I got a golden opportunity to visit Rajghat under Gandhi Smriti and Darshan Samiti GSDS. I got opportunity to stay there just adjacent to the Rajghat. The Gandhi Smriti and Darshan Samiti is there. I appeared for one interview for one project, and they provided accommodation very high level, and one more the same October 2nd I was there on the birth occasion of Mahatma Gandhi, the year 2018. On another occasion also I joined NEPA, National Institute of Education Planning and Administration, organized one program on Mahatma Gandhi on 3rd and 4th October, but we reached on 2nd itself, and I got the two twice golden opportunities to visit Rajghat and visit the library and great resource center. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, the full name Mahatma Gandhi, already you know, are aware of. Every year we are celebrating 2nd October Gandhi Jayanti at a global level, International Non-Violence Day. In a Hindu here, of family in Porbandar. Some of our participants from Gujarat are also here. His father named Karamchand Gandhi was the chief minister Diwan of the city of Porbandar. His mother named Putli Bai was the 4th wife. So this is just a birth on 2nd October 1869 and 30th January assassinated by Randuram Godse in the year 1948. Right. So this is a great, whenever we are celebrating Gandhi Jayanti, whole India, not only in India, in foreign countries also, they are celebrating proudly, just for you to refresh and to learn something from this song.
माटी पुकारे तुझे देश पुकारे आजा रे अब आजा रे भूले हम राह हमें राह दिखा दे आजा रे राह दिखा दे ऐनक पहने लाठी पकड़े चलते थे वो शान से जालिम कांपे थर 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 सुनकर उनका नाम रे हो कमर था उनका छोटा सा और सरपट उनकी चाल रे, दुबले से पतले से थे वो चलते सीना तान गए। वंदे मातरम, 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 वंदे दुश्मन है बना रे, नफरत की आधी पैती रे, वहशी दिलों को बापू प्यार सिखा दे, आजा रे बापू आजा रे। ओ झूठ का बढ़ता जाए राज ओ बापू, अपने ही हो गए धोखेबाज, आज हमें अपनों से बचा ले, आजा रे बापू मेरे। सस्ती रे, सोया ज़मीर बापू फिर से जगा दे, आजा रे बापू मेरे। वंदे मातरम, वंदे मातरम, वंदे मातरम, वंदे
Right. These are the Gandhi photos, the rare images. Sir is asking where is the turning point. Actually, when he was traveling in the first class train, the British.
In 1930, India was still the jewel in Britain's imperial crown, but a small man in a loincloth was proving to be a very rough diamond indeed. Mahatma Gandhi, rebel and holy man, was organizing the vast masses of India in an unprecedented resistance movement. There was no hint of it early on, when after a privileged life in India, Gandhi had studied law in Victorian London. Serving as a correspondent in the Boer War would help change his life. He gave up a wealthy law practice to work in South Africa for £1 a week, fighting discrimination against Asians. Here he developed the tactic of passive resistance that 20 years later he would exploit so brilliantly in India. For back in his homeland, he soon became a national figure of almost mythic authority. He abandoned European dress and identified himself with India's poor. He also took on the British Raj itself, demanding freedom for India's teeming masses. But now, in 1930, those masses were being mobilized. Gandhi had called for a march to the sea to protest the salt tax, and his people responded. They set out from every corner of India, simple peasants and fierce tribesmen, from the river plains and from the towering mountain country. When rioting broke out, troops had to be called in, and the British had to appeal to Gandhi to help restore order. It was a pattern that would repeat itself throughout the 1930s. Gandhi would be arrested, riots would blaze all over India, and eventually Gandhi would be released to act as peacemaker. It was in 1946, with a new British government in power, that Gandhi was summoned to the Governor-General's palace in Simla. Here, Lord and Lady Wavell put a brave face on a humiliating truth. The British were being forced out of India. But there were huge obstacles in the way of independence, and one of them was Muhammad Jinnah, who wanted a separate state for Muslims. Gandhi, always the idealist, ever the conciliator, tried to persuade his fellow Hindus to grant generous concessions to the Muslim minority. He was given eloquent support by his admirer and great friend Pandit Nehru, the man who would eventually become India's first Prime Minister. The talks dragged on for nearly 2 years, and still they kept coming. The diplomats and negotiators, the party chiefs and tribal leaders, the appointed spokesman for India's great cauldron of different cultures and different religions. There were ministers from Britain's new Labour government trying to unravel a mess that was not of their making. But for all the handshakes, there would be no real meeting of minds. The split would remain. When Gandhi learned that his beloved India was to be divided, he was heartbroken. When Hindu and Muslim groups attacked one another in a rage of disappointment, Gandhi began a fast in protest. The fast was the weapon he'd used against the British, and now he trained it on his own countrymen. As he neared death, emotional crowds implored him to stop, and in the end he did, but only when the fighting had ended. It would be the last heroic act in the life of the man they called Mahatma, the Great Soul. In January 1948, even as India was being reborn as an independent nation, he was assassinated by a Hindu fanatic who blamed him for the country's partition. Now the Mahatma's countrymen in their grieving millions, Hindus and Muslims, Sikhs and Parsis, were bound together by the enormity of their common loss. A great spirit had moved on. They took the ashes from his funeral pyre and scattered them on the holy river Mother Ganges. It was, Indians believe, both an end and a beginning. Wherever justice and compassion were to be found, the spirit of the Mahatma would live on.
Right. So there are so many quotes and life lessons of Mahatma Gandhi. We can learn many things from him. I got an opportunity more than thrice. I visited Wardha, Nayi Talim Ashram of Mahatma Gandhi Basic Education. Even the hotline provided by the British government to interact with Mahatma Gandhi, that Kutir also still we can hut is available. You can see those who are very near to Maharashtra, Wardha, they can visit. It's a wonderful place. I got the opportunity. The future depends on what you do today. The Professor Chennai sir rightly pointed out the theory of karma today while interacting with Dr. Sruthashani madam also. Here the karma. So what are and good action, good results, bad action, bad results. So where there is a love, there is life. So everything is love. So that's why my principle also, I'm always giving more importance to love, love, love. For everything, if love is there, no problem. N number of problems are this violence is because of absence of love. So it is our duty to love your neighbors, your siblings, your family members, your statemen, your everyone, those including animals and plants. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. That's why I published an article on education, Mahatma Gandhi, philosophy of Mahatma Gandhi, education. So the best way to find yourself is to launch yourself in the service of others. That's why service to God, humanity is service to God. Manava Seve, Madhava Seva in our Telugu also in saying for the same meaning. The weak can never forgive. Professor Chennai sir a few minutes back mentioned, Forgiveness is the attribute of the strong. So forgive your own mistakes also, not only for others. In a gentle way, you can shake the walls. So no need to go for a violent or other way. According to Mahatma Gandhi, happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony. So here, Manasa, Vacha, Karmana, it is our duty to Trikarana Suddhi. So an eye for an eye will only make the whole world blind. So this is the greatest lessons, one of the lessons of Mahatma Gandhi. The Pawan Kumar sir is asking what is the turning point, why assassinated in the video. The people have different views. Some people, they don't like the partition of India, United India into India and Pakistan. So and some other reasons are also the peace and non-violence, because in nature, the aggressiveness, angry is a human nature. It is your duty to control yourself. So maybe the non-violent way is not liked by all. Some people, maybe a violent way can give a result immediately, but that is not permanent. So those who know the value of non-violence, because he was a great scholar, he learned many things from Bhagavad Gita, Quran, Bible, so many religious scripts. So what you do says what is most important to you. Action expresses priorities. So an ounce of practice is worth 1,000 words. So instead of what nowadays the religious leaders are giving their preaching always, instead of doing service, preaching and motivating others. And so maximum nowadays you can see religious comments, controversial comments on religious beliefs and God and goddesses is taking place. According to philosophy, a religion is a way of life, nothing more than that. Why? So my way of life is not equivalent to anyone. So it is impossible to, according to Hitler, Professor Chennai sir mentioned, it is don't never compare with anyone. So you know your strength, you know your weaknesses, so everything, it is possible through you only. You must be the change you wish to see in the world. So whenever maximum people, what we are doing, we are always expecting change from others instead of changing by ourselves. And suppose a person 99% goodness, 1% maybe a negative, we try to see the negative instead of seeing the 99% goodness. So it is better, if you don't like someone, better to change. So there is a need of from you or from others. So these are 7 sins, very nicely Professor Chennai sir expressed. So wealth without work, so it is also a sin. Pleasure without conscience is also a sin. Knowledge without character. So that's why if wealth is lost, nothing is lost. If health is lost, something is lost. If character is lost, everything is lost, according to Mahatma Gandhi. Commerce, business without morality, so ethics is a sin. But unfortunately, business itself, so there are some movies in Telugu and Tamil and even Hindi also I watched. So the all oil is maybe the mixture of many. Suppose you are not in a position to get pure oil, maybe a palm oil and other things they make. So the same way, ghee also, all types of things, whatever, even sugar, milk. The packet milk also, now I watched one YouTube video, it is not safe to drink. So what is happening? And people, the suppose mango fruits, the seasonal fruits also, even though those are not ready to eat, but people, they are using some chemicals. So this type of things are happening. Science without humanity. Now what is happening? What is Professor Chennai sir rightly mentioned about Ukraine and Russia. Not only between Ukraine and Russia, even the America and other states, many other countries around the globe, they have technological, they have weapons, nuclear weapons. But what about the humanity? What is happening in America? Gun culture, especially the education institutions, people are killing others by using guns. So the present Biden, president of USA, is taking some steps to eradicate what happened yesterday. Japan also, former prime minister was assassinated. See what is happening. Religion without sacrifice is also a sin. Politics without principles. But what is happening and happening in Maharashtra politics also you can understand. So people, they elected by one party and they jump to other, these type of things. So where is principles? So moral education here, wealth already I mentioned. So best of all things is character according to Gandhi. I want you to live up to the name of the premier institution which must produce boys who will occupy the front rank in character. And what is education without character, and what is character without elementary? Here, personal purity in young India, Mahatma Gandhi questioned what mass education, the main purpose of life is to live rightly, think rightly, and act rightly. Unfortunately, the atmosphere, environment, and the education institutions also polluted because of the political involvement and students' politics, drugs, and other type of things, even plagiarism, the articles, clone, the journals. My God, when some people, it is our duty to check twice before going to publish our articles. The people are sending some message, it is in UGC care list. When we check, it is a clone journal or some other. So what, for money purpose, anything is happen, anything to do, people are ready to do. So this is not good. So co-education here, see the good in people and help them. So how nicely, I tried it myself years ago when I even made boys and girls sleep in the same veranda with no partition between them. Mrs. Gandhi and myself sharing the veranda here with them, I must say it brought undesirable results. So real education, according to Gandhi, real education consists in drawing the best out of yourself. What better book can there be than the book of humanity? So humanity is the highest. My religion is based on truth and non-violence. Truth is my God. Non-violence is the means of realizing him. What a wonderful. So this is how nicely the father of the nation showed paths, various different paths to the citizens of India and around the globe. The place of literacy, those who know how to think need no teachers. Literary here training by itself adds not an inch to one's moral height, and character building is independent of literary training in India. So here learning with courage, according to Gandhi, let them students realize that learning without courage is like a vacuum, a statue beautiful to look at, but bound to melt at the least touch of the hot substance. So teachers are responsible to prepare courageous students for the sake of national development. Mental development through education. You must not lose faith in humanity. Maximum philosophers are telling the same thing: faith on in yourself, faith on God, and faith in humanity. Humanity is an ocean. If a few drops of ocean are dirty, the ocean does not become dirty. What a wonderful lesson. Basic education. Nayi Talim, I visited this Nayi Talim Warda Ashram of Mahatma Gandhi. Basic education link children, whether of the cities or villages, to all that is best and lasting in India. So, I'm teaching comparative education, education USA, education UK, education China, and other countries, and India. Except India, almost all the developed countries, they have vocational education since higher secondary or secondary education. But India, we are now still date not in a position to introduce vocational education as a curriculum. So NEP 2020 is a skill-oriented employability things. The higher education we are working. Gandhi's basic education is world famous. It is very important to solve the problem of unemployment and to become self-reliant. The main aim of education is self-reliant. Honest disagreement is often a good sign of progress. Now, what is happening? Maximum parties or leaders, they are always accepting the agreement instead of a disagreement. So agree on disagree is very, very good thing, not only in the political or in the administrative, in our own personal life also. Your siblings, your own students, your own kids, there sometimes they have disagreement. It is our duty to respect. Satisfaction lies in the effort, not in the attainment. Full effort is full victory. So while writing an article, so I wrote about the maximum utilization of your effort, maximum utilization of your time, and maximum. What is happening? A student of any class 9 or 10 suppose want to clear, supposed to get a outstanding O grade. It is their duty to utilize the time fully. Otherwise, so look up, aim high, but what about the practice? You may never know what results come of your actions, but if you do nothing, there will be no results. So whether positive or negative, according to Einstein, someone is not making any mistake means he is doing nothing. It is our duty, whether positive or negative, keep on learning. First they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, then you win. So win never comes easily and quickly. While watching Chanakya, Chandragupta, Ashoka, and the historical serials, I learned so many things. The Chandragupta Maurya, it's the n number of problems to reach that level, and they never forgotten where they came from. If we want to reach real peace in this world, we should start educating children. So education and development are two sides of the same coin. It is our duty to educate children. True education must here correspond to the surroundings, circumstances, or it is not a healthy growth. So learning by doing, natural way of education, here naturalism. So whatever is low cost, no cost teaching aids. Now Kranti Kumari madam here, she asked, got opportunity to interact with her and see what type of learning teaching aids they're preparing, and innovative practices for kids. Kids are always ready to learn. It is our duty. We need the type of whatever are available and in the premises of school or in the society to utilize. A man is but a product of his thoughts. What he thinks, he becomes. That's why in the utilitarianism, there are so many pragmatism, realism, naturalism, so many schools of philosophy, thoughts of philosophy. It is our duty, mind, realism, naturalism, pragmatism. So learning by doing. So, but thought is World War I and II because of the result of the thoughts of few leaders. In the same way, whatever is happening in and around, within you and around you, it is because of the thoughts of one or few people. The good man is the friend of here. What nicely mentioned. The good man is the friend of all living things. Not only for my religion, I'm a Hindu, I want to be a good for with a Hindu only. No. A good man is the friend of all living things, including animals and plants. Here, common sense is the realized sense of proportion. Those who know how to think need no teachers. That's why the NEP 2020, how to learn, learning to learn. It is not simply learning, how to learn. That's why 5 Ws, 1 H. Nobody can hurt me without my permission. In a gentle way, you can shake the world. Self-respect knows no considerations. Poverty is the worst form of violence. Where there is love, there is life. Peace is its own reward. My life is my message. What a wonderful message of Mahatma Gandhi ji. Here, keep your thoughts positive because your thoughts become your words. Keep your words positive because your words become your behaviors. Keep your behavior positive because your behavior becomes your habits. Already I told 25 days to 40 days, if you do any activity regularly, it become now our program also became a habit for your participants and organizers also. Keep your habits positive because your habits become your values. Keep your values positive because your values become your destiny. So this is your beliefs become your thoughts becomes your words become your actions become your habits become your values become your destiny. So this is your duty to what type of, by education I mean an all-round drawing of the best in child and man in body, mind and spirit, a sound mind in a sound body. These four pillars of Gandhian thoughts are Gandhian philosophy: truth, non-violence, Sarvodaya, and Satyagraha. And their significance constitute Gandhian philosophy and are the four pillars of Gandhian thought. What a wonderful. Now, Pavan sir, again I'm here mentioning your name. If you want to really read all the writings of Mahatma Gandhi, everything is available here. www.mkgandhi.org. Here you can get n number of e-resources of selected writings of Mahatma Gandhi, selected and introduced by here Ronald Rankin. I am frequently visiting here. This is the last day of Mahatma Gandhi, the funeral. So you can see the people's reaction and their affection.
Ashes are all that remain of the man who symbolized India's finest aspirations. As the last religious rites are performed, a nation gives itself up to grief. For many, the vigil of prayer commenced 48 hours before, when the body of Mahatma Gandhi was placed on the roof of Birla House, in full view of the thousands who had traveled all night to pay him their last tribute. Laid on a hastily converted army truck, the body was drawn into the vast crowd lining the roads to the cremation ground. Flames strewed a saffron shower of petals over the roof, while at the funeral pyre, the relatives and friends built mounds of flowers and perfumed spices high on the sandalwood lawns. Nearby with his family sat the Governor-General with officials of the government. The flower-decked cortege moved slowly through the dense throng. Tens of thousands wept openly as the body passed by them. Premier Nehru, traveling on the funeral coach with Gandhi's youngest son, appeared bewildered in his depth of grief. Closing behind, pressing forward, came 1 million mourners. Around the pyre, the throng became packed as the body reached its resting place. Of all the faces in that vast multitude, the most serene was that of the Mahatma. To those around him, Gandhi had seemingly been transformed from a beloved saint into a divinity. Ramdas Gandhi, youngest son of the Mahatma, placed the torch to the pile of sandalwood, and as the first plume of scented smoke lifted above the pyre, the great concourse of mourners swept across the barriers towards it. Against this tremendous human tide, the police were almost powerless. Mourners were forced close to the fiercely burning ghat. But, as in Gandhi's lifetime, peace won where force had failed. The mass hysteria was broken by the chanting of a hymn. Mahatma Gandhi has become immortal. In the rising flames, the spirit of a great man passed to his gods.
Right. These are myself and Dr. Satasri Madam, those who are joining the first time. So thank you very much. There are so many things to share. Simply, I can share one more thing here. So this is an article published by myself the year 2018. So I mentioned mentioned about educational thoughts of Gandhi for happy and healthy life in the 21st century. So almost 16 pages article. There are so many n number of things, even that website also, MK Gandhi. So it is our duty to practice peace and non-violence throughout our life. The love, 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 only love. There are so many other things are also there. Mahatma Gandhi, he has awareness from 360 degrees of the human life. Not only education, not only elementary education or adult education or mass education, higher education, when religion, philosophy, politics, economics, even Swadeshi, there are freedom, struggle, everything. So now over to the participants before going for a vote of thanks and to share your feedback.
Amrit, sir.
Sir. Sir, please, sir.
Amrit, sir, are you listening?
Yes, sir. I'm listening, sir. Sir, it is audible, sir. Please continue.
So, when I was sharing answer to our Dr. Susila Madam, Amrit sir.
Sir, please
Are
continue,
you listening,
sir.
Amrit sir?
Yes, sir. Please continue, sir.
So, Madam asked one question. Why 1927, Muhammad Ali Jinnah said in one speech, this speech is there in the one book called the great persons of the world speeches. One book is there, world famous book. In that book, Muhammad Ali Jinnah said, I don't want any freedom separately for Muslims and Hindus separately. I don't want that division of independence. I want only Hindus and Muslims unity independence in 1927. In 1947, so Mahatma Gandhi played as a father role. Here two persons, one Nehru and another is a Muhammad Ali Jinnah. So he tried in the just like a giant family. I want one country. I want this. So he imposed at the beginning stage as a father of Mahatma Gandhi has not accepted for the division. Later stage with the pressures and everything, he accepted. So that has happened. For India, so the British government has passed a law that India and Pakistan is divided, and in India we have a 562 princely state. They may stay independently. They may enter in the India or they may enter in the Pakistan. They have full freedom. But because of Sardar Patel, his intelligence and administrative outlook, he united and finally with Nizam also, he has taken police action, he has surrendered. So, why Samre sir?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. It is audible, sir. Sir, Pawan Kumar sir is asking. Sir, Pawan Kumar sir is asking, what is the turning point in Mahatma Gandhi's life? Why he was assassinated by Nathuram Godse? So he has a few queries, sir?
Yes. Amrit sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I told about the turning points when he was forcefully just he left the train journey because of the Britishers, the white people. Even though he has a first class ticket, in South Africa incident was the turning point in his life. Then he
Tell me,
realized
Amrit
what.
sir.
Sir, Pawan sir is asking what is the turning point in the life of Mahatma Gandhi and why he was assassinated. Is it audible, sir?
What is the turning point?
Yes, sir. In here, Mahatma Gandhi's life. Okay, I think sir has network you. Pawan sir, the train journey, that was the turning point in Mahatma Gandhi's life. And why he was assassinated, that is because of the beliefs of few people. I already told no two persons have same type of thoughts. No two persons are exactly the same or identical. So some people, they have Ativada or Mitavad. We have two types of people. The revolutionary people, they have the way, their way approach is different. So anyhow, but the non-violence and peaceful way of approach of Mahatma Gandhi is not liked by some sections of people. This is the main reason for his assassination. So, Jinnah, Nehru and Kashmir here.
Are you listening, Amrit sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Amrit sir, are you listening?
Yes, sir. I am listening, sir. I think sir has Sushila madam is asking something here, but Jinnah, Nehru and Kashmir Abdullah were brothers, so they wanted to share the country into 3 divisions, so they made 3 parts. Please give evidence, sir. Actually, this is a division taken place based on the population, ma'am. Here, the East Pakistan, the Muslim population is more. That's why the East Pakistan later, with the help of Indira Gandhi, it was declared, became Bangladesh. Right now, the independent country. But Kashmir, actually, Kashmir, the 2 things what I got from history. The Hyderabad Nizams under Nizams, but rural are the government, we can say the princes, a princely state. Maximum population is Hindus, but rural is was Muslim. In Jammu and Kashmir, maximum population they are Muslim, but rural Hindu. So in this way, actually some conflicts are also there. The Nizam not in a position to join, but with the military force of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, they joined in the Union of India. And Jammu and Kashmir, because of Nehruji, some historical evidence I read and I watched some videos. So he want to take care of Jammu and Kashmir. Some other reasons are also there, but those reasons are maybe right or wrong. We don't know. It is not good because of historical evidence. The Netaji Jawaharlal Nehru, good relationship with Farooq Abdullah and his now Omar Abdullah, his fathers, Farooq Abdullah fathers also. So now Congress has also always a good relationship. There are so many other reasons, but we can't say only one reason. Because of the Nehru always follows the international rules and regulation and laws. United Nations decided to keep peace, to establish peace in this region, but somehow it is happening, always killing and some firing, unexpected firings from Pakistan side. Some other गांधी जी को पढ़कर ही उनके विचारों और विचारधारा से परिचित हुआ जा सकता है। पूर्वधारण से ग्रसित होकर सही आकलन नहीं किया जा सकता है। Certainly there were his blunders. He could support Bose, but he never. Okay, anyhow, thank you very much. Any other? So we are almost at the end. Thank you. We will take some other time to discuss some more in detail. Thank you very much for Professor Chennai sir for delivering wonderful keynote address. And we are grateful to our participants, Sushila madam and Pavan sir and others for their active participation. We are grateful to our Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor Prabhasankar Sukla sir, NEHU, our Professor Raja and Professor Raja Reddy sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor Sri Venkateswara University, Professor Mithali Kova ma'am, Professor Dikshit sir, Professor Mipun sir, Dr. Rajendra Prasad Bartukul sir, Dr. Srutosini Gogoi madam, and noble participants for your wonderful presence and patience and interaction. We'll meet again with another beautiful topic, excellent topic on Friday and Saturday. On Sunday, we are going to organize a one international 9th international conference, because the 17th July is International Skill Day. So we are going already selected papers. With this, we are grateful to one and all. National anthem, then immediately I can share feedback form. You will get as usual your certificate. Thank you very much.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Jai Hind. Thank you. Please submit your feedback form. YouTube viewers also, you can submit. YouTube viewers, please submit.